What's up, everybody? Matt with BAAM Ranch. Welcome back. So what today I want to talk about is preparedness. If I had to start over today, where would I start? What are the things I would prioritize? Things that we can do today, things that we can plan for far in the future, and things that are just going to help us out in general for this whole preparedness thing that we're into. With everything going on in the world right now, if you're not actively getting yourself more prepared for any scenario that may come up, you're doing it wrong. And remember this, we prepare so that we can live a life that's normal when everybody else's normal stops. We can perpetuate that normal when other people's normal stops. So the way I like to look at this is breaking it down into a few different categories. If you've watched my stuff, you know I like to categorize things. So first and foremost, the things that you can improve today are your EDC. Things we can start working on as soon as we can get to it are just your normal preparedness stuff. This is general preparedness. And then third is some things that if you haven't done it yet, you need to look forward to. And if you've already done that, you need to see what you can do to improve that. That's going to be things like homesteading. Because homesteading, in my definition, is living as self-sufficiently and self-reliantly as possible. So first off, EDC. A lot of this is going to depend on the time of year. Where I'm sitting at right now in this garage, it is about 15 degrees. A good wool beanie. This is a military surplus style wool watch cap and a good pair of boots. A jacket to fit the season, just your normal clothing, dress appropriate for the weather. And make no mistake, a good pair of boots is EDC gear. Quality lace-up shoes. That's the absolute most important thing you can have. Now, what fills our pockets? We need a good knife. If you don't know why you need a knife, I don't know why you're watching this channel. And a multi-tool. Not all of these things, do we need to carry them with us 100% of the time? Not really, but we need to be able to get to them if we need them. So knife, multi-tool, flashlight, firearm, some kind of first aid, and a cell phone. That right there, add boots to that and climate appropriate clothing. Take care of those. You've got just about everything you need to do with EDC. Now, what about general preparedness? This is where we need to talk about things like food storage, water purification. How do we take water and make it safe to drink? A lot of places in the world, getting water is a major part of people's lives. Go to any of these disaster zones where a hurricane or, look at what happened in North Carolina. Having clean, drinkable water is a big deal. There are coyotes outside. Can y'all hear that? There's coyotes right outside my door. I'll be back. I gotta go grab a shotgun. Okay, well, if it wasn't cold in here before, it sure is now. They ran off before I could get to them. I don't know where they went. It's 4 degrees outside. I'm not chasing them around. But where were we? Oh yeah, water purification. That's a big deal in any kind of disaster. Water purification is a top level priority. Food. You need to have enough food. Start with 3 weeks worth of food. Gather that as fast as you can. What kind of food? The food that you're already eating now. The shelf-stable stuff that you're already eating. Start with that. The 7 meals plan is a good plan to go by. That's pick a meal for Monday. Let's say canned chicken spaghetti with meat sauce. That's shelf stable. It's basically, just heat it up, noodles store forever, and do that. And then go to Sam's Club and buy a case of marinara, a case of canned chicken, a case of noodles. And you've got the next 12 weeks worth of Monday taken care of. Then go to Tuesday. What's another meal? Think of something shelf stable. Maybe it's just something simple like Diddy Moore stew. Go to Sam's, buy a case of that, put it on the shelf, rotate through them, and bam, you've got 12 weeks worth of Monday and Tuesday and so on till you get to 7 meals. Get creative with it. It's a really fast, easy, and effective way to save up a year's worth of food in pretty short order when spaghetti goes on sale for 50 cents a pack. Aside from that, we need to look at things like money. Everybody, you talk about money in this whole preparedness thing, like, oh, when the world crashes, the money won't matter. Those people are retarded. And the minute you hear somebody say that, just completely discount anything that they say after that. Our world works on money. This bench vise was purchased with money. That welding hood, this shotgun, the sideways iPhone I'm talking to right now, the meal that I'm going to have tomorrow, all of that centers around money. And eliminating money problems from your life, just the level of stress that relieves from you is insurmountable. When you blow out a tire, it's an inconvenience rather than how am I going to afford groceries. So yeah, get your money straight. Throw back $1,000 to $2,000 of an emergency fund to cover that stuff. Just a couple days ago, the heating element went out on the water heater. Wasn't a big deal. Wasn't worried about it at all. When your truck breaks down, y'all just saw the video about my truck breaking down. You don't want that to be a devastating event. So having some money is important. Firearms. You need to get you a good prepper firearms collection. I'm not going to go through all of that right now, but basically you need a fighting pistol. This is in order of importance. Fighting pistol, fighting rifle, a semi-automatic 22, and then these last two, you can do them whichever order you want, but you need a good 12 gauge shotgun and a hunting rifle. You get those 5 guns. That's all that you actually need. There's some other things that would come in handy, but that's what you actually need. Those 5 guns: fighting pistol, fighting rifle, AR-15, Glock 19, AR-15, a Ruger 10-22 or a Smith & Wesson M&P 22, something along that lines. This right here is a Remington 870, 12 gauge shotgun, and a hunting rifle of your caliber of choosing. I like something in .308 that's a bolt action. You can use that for your precision sharpshooter rifle if you have to. But at that point, did you really need to shoot at them? I don't know. I don't know if you did. In this general preparedness realm, we're going to be learning about skills. What kind of skills? Any skill that you think could help you in life. I've been doing a lot of fabrication lately, and y'all have seen the videos on that because, well, I kind of suck at it and I need to improve. Carpentry skills, metalworking skills, cooking skills. I just recently bought a bread machine. I bought the bread machine because I wanted to learn how to make bread. I made dozens and dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of loaves of bread by hand. I learned that skill. After I hammered the skill down, I bought a bread machine. And we make bread every Sunday and have fresh bread throughout the week. It's amazing, let alone the health benefits you get from that. While we're on that, let's talk about your health. You can't outrun bad health. You can't out-try bad health. I'm not going to get into a whole diet and all of that stuff right now. I need my own help there. I need to do my own stuff of trying to eat healthier. Do what you can to keep yourself as healthy as possible. And along with health comes some type of exercise. There's no doubt and no argument that a strong man is harder to kill. So do physical labor, get outside, touch grass, lift heavy objects, chop firewood, do hard work, toughen yourself up. No matter how tough you are, if you've got the toughest, most manual labor job in the world, you still need to be doing something on your own time. Along with those, let's move past that, trying to keep this short and sweet. What about your long-term stuff? Now, you may be looking forward to this, or you may already have it, but you need to really start improving or figuring out how you're going to get this stuff. Some type of homestead. It took us a long time to be able to buy this piece of property that we're at right now. It's the best thing I have ever done in my entire life. I love it here. I can do anything I want. I have no restrictions. If I want to, open up a trailer park behind my back fence, I can do it and nobody can say anything. If I want a golf course looking yard, I can do it and nobody will say anything. Having a homestead, not everybody is able to do this, but if you need to work in a bigger city, and that's how you make your living, and if you're making $300,000 a year doing your job that you work 35 hours doing and it's the easiest job you've ever had in your life, I'm not going to tell you you need to move. Everybody's situation is different. But look at your housing situation and what is the most advantageous position that you can put yourself in with that. That's all I'm going to say on that. Aside from that, we need to look at, things like bug out vehicles and bug out locations and things like that. And this stuff could probably go more in the general preparedness stuff. But you need bug out locations, and you need multiple bug out locations. I have a video that I put up, it was last February, where we had to bug out, and the primary bug out location, it was a big wildfire that came through. It was a whole deal. It was 60 miles from where I'm sitting right now. That location was compromised because of the same fire that evacuated here. The same one. 60 miles away, that location was compromised. We had to go to an alternate. You can watch that video if you want to hear the whole story about that. Crazy deal. I would have never thought that particular situation could happen that quickly, but it did. And let's face it, almost every major disaster has stuff like that happen to people. One of these days, you're not going to be able to work. And so we need to start planning for retirement, both in financial terms, but also how are you putting your garden beds together? Whenever you're 86 years old, are you going to be able to get down on your hands and knees and work that? Start future planning things into your daily life now. Yes, it's okay, and you can duck, to get under, a low door to a chicken coop now, but can you when you're 86? Is the walk to a garage or someplace that you have to go all the time, is it, through uneven ground and stuff where you may not be able to do that whenever you get older? Start thinking about that stuff. Even if you're in your 20s, think about, how can I build this so that an 80-year-old man wouldn't have any issues doing it? And work that into your life. One very, 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 very important thing that I think every preparedness-minded person needs to have is a four-wheel drive pickup. I did a video just a couple weeks ago that kind of breaks down what my criteria, not necessarily your criteria, but my criteria are on that. So I'm not going to get into it real big right now. But if you're a two-vehicle household and you've both got cars or whatever, you really seriously need to look into getting a pickup. Getting a good pickup truck, preferably a 3/4 ton, four-wheel drive, crew cab pickup truck. It's one of the most independence enabling tools that you can have. It's the one that can get there whenever the blizzard comes and you have to get somewhere. That's the vehicle that we're talking about. But anyway, I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of stuff in this. It's just kind of a quick rundown. Thought I'd sit down right quick before I went in the house and make this quick video. So anyway, if you've made it this far, don't be a freeloader, man. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And until next time, hey, you guys be safe.